Hmm. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody for the Zoom circle to honor the energies of spring equinox. And on this day of the Mayan calendar of Oshlohue, as we're completing this powerful cycle in the Mayan calendar, and I'm sure Eric will share more, but today is the day to really empower the fullness of our destiny and the paths that we're walking. And so a beautiful day to make a prayer and welcome these springtime energies. We're down here in Guatemala and happy to bring in the energy of this sacred place of Patsiapa to the circle, and for each one of you and the energies you hold and the places that you are calling in from, may we all connect together and really honor this sacred time. So I want to say thank you to you, Tat Erick, for your being in this world and all that you share with us, and for calling us together again at this time, and welcome your prayer and whatever you'd like to share with us on this day. So, Atia, shall we?
Good day to all you, my relatives, and good to see you, Sylvia. Love you, and Raquel, everybody. Yeah, wow, what an alignments we've been having. Came in here a couple of weeks ago and intention to do ceremonies on Hunahpu because of this week coming in right on the spring, you know, to be part of our co-creating of our relationship with this Mother Earth. Hi, Lula. Hi, Patricio. Yeah, and so today, again, we've seen other alignments where, you know, like a prophecy set for us. And today, you know, they're lighting their Temazcal, so we can go in and spend some time as a family in the lodge. And, you know, this will be our third one in this last week and a half. You know, a lot of ceremony, a lot of prayer, knowing that Hunahpu setting in that intention to work with the Lords of the Light. You know, what is it that we need to bring in through us to understand and to be challenged by, as we knew 7 came in, you know, 7 days after when we started the ceremonies here. And sure enough, wow, it was powerful, you know, very, very powerful. And sometimes a little, you know, dangerous situations, but everybody made it home, door in, door out. It went beautiful. And today, setting up those staffs, you know, to celebrate and align ourselves with the frequency of this spring equinox, you know. And so for us, we'll be looking at the 13 the sighting, you know, our journey through the summer solstice. You know, it's going to decide a lot of things for us. You know, you know, again, we're at those places where we need to decide what we want our world to be. It's, you know, we keep repeating that, but it's getting, you know, setting up those stones. They're like markers for following generations that, yeah, we did this. We were in prayer, we were in ceremony, and we knew about kind of the little bit of a projection of what the calendrix is telling us. And so we've been watching the moon with the Venus, the morning star is splitting up, and then, you know, each one going in their own journey. But, you know, it started like that. So now it's like full moon is coming, and another huge setting up of this sacred relationships. Hey, White Wolf, how you doing? And so today we have some elders here with us that we want to include them as well. And there's some young people here that, you know, this is some of our elders who are holding so much in our world. And so we need all this guidance, as people, of what the path we're going to be. So we have a lot of, today we're planning and preparing for our journey back home to Deer Mountain to set the land on fire as a fire ecology, to look at where to put the ponds and the gardens and the firewood and getting ready for 9 fires. This is what we're setting up right now in our sprayers of like, okay, a lot of intentions are coming up from now all the way through August and beyond, as we go, get closer. But the ceremony has already begun. And so we already kind of setting up that intention of, may we have the 13 paths clear for all of us. For those who are going to come and support, those who are going to come and pray, those who are going to come and, and share your medicine. We'll have a nice big camp, it sounds like, in Deer Mountain. So that's kind of what, our intentions are, because there's a lot of incredible people started already their training. We're in the 4th month already into, the 9-month training here. And so as we go through this day and this sharing today is, asking some of our elders to, share a prayer to unify ourselves, with all these intentions that are coming up. And so each one of us too, can we connect to this movement forward, because we always feel like, hey, we want to be part of co-creating our different reality. And that's what we're doing. We're like really focusing on sharing medicine, putting the prayers out. Okay, this is what we could do and how we're going to do it. Okay, the architects, the business planners and all that, they're working with us. They're getting ready, to present ourselves to the how we're going to be, co-creating with nature, like I said, Deer Mountain, for the fire ecology and the water restoration and the forest restoration and so forth. That's a springtime now. It's okay. It's starting to give us the opportunity to. We've been going through a strong winter, and now the budding starts. The weather starts to give us more time to enjoy it and watch the miracle of life come back and then be part of that. Let's share it. Let's get the seeds ready. The ceremonies ready. And there's a lot of beauty coming up for us. So we're excited, for this spring. And of course, we know that also the nature is going to hold to the last hours. Some people say, oh, we had 70 degrees one day and then 5 feet of snow the other, and so it wants to hold on, it wants to, wants to give us the last gifts over here. So I'm gonna start a little bit here, and then we'll start asking some of our elders, like White Wolf and Merle and Isabel and Yellow Robe, and who else is here? Patricio. And we know we're all getting a little taste of the shifting and changes of the eras. And these are some of our people that are holding the prayers, holding ceremonies in your neck of the woods, and so may we also be in that place. So I want to share this gratitude. When we always start our prayers with, Mateo Shawé, like, Mateo Shawé is a thank you, Creator, for this beauty we are gifted. We know there's a lot of relatives, having other different time, different feelings, a lot of things going on, but we are facing a lot of beauty, a lot of gifts, a lot of witnessing of just, wow, remarkable. Just last night, I know Hetty posted some of those pictures of the sky and the way the water of the lake looked, and it was like, wow, magical. This red, this the orangey red power. It was like, wow, and it was just telling us, yeah, for us here, like a summer is coming. And this is when a lot of the flowers start to bloom. So not only we had the last cycle of the beautiful orchids and flowers, but now another waves come. So you'll see some of our pictures coming up, So, and just like these flowers are gonna sprout towards the sky, towards the light, may we, our souls, open ourselves to that, again, the potential for us to become aware, awake, in relationship, as we say, kotzich kaslemal, the flower of life itself. Then may we open ourselves into that. So I know some of you are burning some sage. I can smell our temazcal begin here as they're lighting the fire, and all the ladies, our daughters, and some of our relatives here collecting the herbs and medicines just from our gardens here. Don't have to go no store, nothing. Just gather, go in the gardens, and okay, we need this, we need that. So and then later we'll plant some more. And so can we connect together? Like a bundle. We're gonna tying our minds, tying our hearts, tying our prayer together. And I know you're right now we cannot hear your voice, but also talking together. And wherever you are, like we sound like a beehive, a beehive of effort, beehive of love, beehive of prayer, an intention of what we want our world to be. How do we want to see this path cleared up, peace and harmony and, corrections and the blessings of the, relationships to the sacred fires were coming about, and the waters are, sacred, and the land and this breath, that we have the winds here every day, bringing the mountain air from the high mountains, or the coastal. This is the coastal wind right now, the chocomil, we call it, the southern one. Every day they change and they dance. It's a whole mystical thing that happens here in Atitlan. And so, Matyo Shawe di Malechacha. Matyo Shishawe lo koluch rukushka rukushulev. Rukushka kir, rukush ya, rukushka stemal. Rukushka kotzihal, rukushka kastemal. Matyo Shishawe ni malech katit kamama. Ni malech katat pitol kanan sakol lolom kocholom. Ni malech hachav kabawil tohil abilish hakabetz. Matyo Shishawe ni malech sakarik dikich. Nawal osh lachuche. Katampe ni malech rikamal beis, rilol beis, rikatit kamama. Balam kitse, balam akap, piak balam mahung kutak tats. Aki palunya, chomya, kaki saya, tsununya. Matyushisha we lo koluch nanas. Ni malech nanu lev, rukushu lev, nim chayu lev, nim kachochu lev. Matyushisha we ni malech linda pachamama. Lo koluch nahuales. Katampe lo koluk kabawil tohila bilisha hakabetz. Matyoshisha we lo koluk nanas. Nana ishpiyakok, nana ishmokane, nana ishkik, nani shel, nan chak shel, nani shtut, nani shtuch, nani sinte, nani ishkabawiles, nan kalpuls, kalpul, ish kalpul, rikatit kamamah kuyuk. Katampe ni malech nawale sahav gunrakang. Nim kakulha, rash kakulha, chipi kakulha. Lokuluch tepeo kukumats, kukulkan kumatsin ketzalkoat. Nan tokoyal, nan komatsin, lokuluch rukush nanulev. Matyoshisha we ni malech riach pops, riach puch, riach kabwek, pashil, kayala. Riach gichs, riach gichabs, riach kashalom, riach kamal beis, ilol beis. Kurando ni malech katit kamama. Katampe ni malech nawal. Takyungong mak lokoluk kawawilis. Takyungong mak lokoluk rikush ulew. Takyungong mak ni malech nawales. Katampe lokoluk akaw. Taktu lokoluk utsika slembei ritinamit kahuleu fajaw. Utska iske kuje kachalal riwachi kachulev. Creator, life giver, shaper, modeler, mother, father, creator, heart of heaven, heart of the earth, heart of the sacred fire, heart of the water, heart of the winds, the spirits of our ancestors, heart of our essence. Again, we give thanks for our lives and we give thanks for the visions and the understandings of our holy relationship with you, Grandfather Sky, Grandmother Earth, to all our relations. For me, I ask forgiveness for my humanity, for our actions towards that which is sacred. May on this sacred day, Oshlajuche, the spring equinox, may we be shown the way to walk those sacred 13 destinies, the sacred paths, that which we were gifted with from our ancestors. Thank you. That which we need to heal and sweep away from our consciousness, from our beingness, from our rukush, our essences, may we transform it. May we heal it. May we give it back through the fire. Give it back in the memory of the waters. Let it flow with the wind back into the essence of the sky and earth. May we be in harmony and peace, calmness in our hearts, in the serenity of our minds, in appreciation, in our love, give back to you, Mother Earth, in all our relations. May we again stand like the trees in the circle of life, walk and howl like the wolves and walk like the deer and the elk in harmony with all life. May we choose those sacred seeds that will bring good food and good nourishment to our relatives in the future. May we be those sacred rainbow warriors, the healer warriors, those who hold the link to our Katit Kamama, our ancestors, to hold the traditional ways, to refine them and beautify them and understand them so we can prepare these bundles for our children, for our beautiful grandchildren, to give them an opportunity to enjoy, to see, to feel, to sense the beauty that we have already enjoyed. May we prepare the rivers and the lakes and the oceans with no more trash, no more contaminations. That will be our gift back to you, Mother Earth, to plant the seeds and make the beautiful Pashil Kayala, the place of ceremony, the place, the sanctuaries, the place of beauty, the place of flowers, the place of song and dance, the place of serenity and good relationships with each other. May you show us the way to walk this sacred path of life, Creator, Mother, Father. To you, sacred essence of that sacred tree of life. May we again find our way home to that beauty, to appreciate that sacredness, to live with it, transform ourselves through it, to feed from that sacred tree so that we are nourished, that we are calm, we are at peace, we are in serenity, and that we have something to give back to life. That we may walk those sacred mountains to learn, to transform ourselves, to build strength and appreciation of every single step, every breath we take. Creator, at this time, as the spring starts to come and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere, that the balance and harmony of spring and winter are one. In ourselves, we are the unifying field with all our relations. That we are the ones who unify the fires of no more conflict, but the fires of love, compassion, and healing, and the transformation of ourselves. May we bathe and adapt, readapt ourselves through the sacred waters of life. May we sing and drum with our body to emerge as holy beings again, as clear beings, adaptable beings into the new frequencies of the new earth, of the new galaxy, a new placement in the universe. May we also fly like the eagles, like the hummingbirds, with the sacred winds to find our sacred vision, to find our freedom, to find our connection to that spirit. Oh, Mother Earth, we thank you for your body, for all that we need is given to us by you. May we walk the sacred paths to unify ourselves through the deserts, the rainforests, the sacred mountains, the plains, and to witness that beautiful diversity, to appreciate that sacredness of life. May we all come into the sacred circle and bring our sacred gifts, your visions, our intentions, our love, our strength, our honor, our appreciation, our teachings to the next generations. We need to build the councils again. We need to bring us, you, the elders, together with these young people. They need to hear us. They need to feel and see you. What is it going to take to walk these sacred 13 destinies? Can we unify them? Because after this Oshlahuch the Hunach, we plant the staffs. We plant the intentions, knowing where we want to go, where we want to put our intention, our energy, our resources. How do we want to give thanks? What do we want to crystallize? Let it be so as we hear the beauty and the wisdom of you, my elders. White Wolf, welcome home. Good to see you. Mathiosha way.
I have to turn off the unmute. Okay. Thank you for this circle. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this way of life. Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, Father Sky, Mother Earth, Grandmother Ocean, our ancestors, the stars. With harmony and balance, gentleness and humility, grace and gratitude, may we journey through your worlds this day. And this day I ask a special prayer for each of us, for any healing we need to come back in balance with each other, with this circle, with this way of life, with our families, with the people we work with, the people who share our path. Thank you all for being. I love you all. Ta. And it is so. Now I'm passed on back to you, Eric, or whoever you want to pass that on to now.
You have to unmute yourself, Eric.
Thank you, White Wolf. Love you. And Isabel, welcome home.
Oh.
Oh.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Equinox. I send you all love and blessings. I pray that each and every one of you have a wonderful spring, that as we get ready to start our gardens,
Yeah.
I hope you all have a good gardening season. I haven't started yet, but I will be soon. The earth is waking up and showing her beauty. All the flowers and trees are amazing right now. the oceans are coming alive, and different fish are spawning, and everything's just so beautiful. I give thanks, Creator, for all this beauty, and pray that our gardens are bountiful this year again. I send prayers out to all the people who are suffering from loss. It's been a lot of loss in our Haida communities this year. We just lost 2 more people in our Haida communities on Haida Gwaii in the last few days. There's been so many. So I know it's not just there, but everywhere. So I send prayers of love and healing to all the families who are suffering from loss and from suffering from illness. I pray that this virus ends soon so that we can start living our lives again with our families. And I give thanks that we're able to live without having to I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I'm really glad that we've been safe, and that everything is abundant for us. And I pray that we are all able to see our loved ones soon. I pray that we are able to all gather together in prayer soon at Deer Mountain and other places. And I send everyone love and prayers for abundance, and that we all have everything we need to continue our good lives. How Solana. I hope.
Thank you, Isabel. And our love to the families up in Haida Gwaii and everywhere else that been hit hard. I know New Mexico too, there with our people. But send our love. How about you, Yellow Robe? Welcome home.
Oh, Matapiasan. It's good to see you. Just all the wonderful people out there. I just wanted to reflect a little bit, just looking out into our field yesterday morning, and we had a herd of, 5 deer, and they were just so beautiful to watch. And then as I walked outside, the geese were flying overhead, and I was just remembering just about in that last ceremony I was at of the geese doing their flyover right at the closing, and just how everything is so, I don't know, it just all happens in a beautiful way. And as walking through our neighborhood, I saw some of our first dandelions growing out of the yard. And for some people, that freaks them out, and they want to bring all the chemicals and take care of them. But for me, I was looking at them going, oh boy, there's some that's really such a gift that they give, the greens to eat. And then I was thinking, oh, okay, now I got some yellow flowers for some of our ceremonies for the fires, and just walking around. The willow is just starting to put up the little pussy willow, which will turn into the flowers, and some of the fruit trees are just about ready to blossom out. And so really feeling grateful just for this time of year and this change. Last fall, I talked a little bit about we had a cedar tree that came down and, gave some medicine to process. And so that was a blessing, but it was also kind of sad. And then I have 2 little cedar trees that I planted last year. But I planted them kind of near our ceremonial area, but it never felt quite right. And so, I was thinking, well, where should I move them? And so I was going, well, maybe I should move them back over there or down by the road, but everything that I thought of, it just didn't seem right. And this morning, I was just in my quiet space meditating, and it was just a thought of, I should ask the cedar, where do you want to be? Where do you want to grow? And so the thought was put out there. I really got the strong feeling that it wants to be with the other cedar trees. It wants a family. And so I'll hold that thought, and I think that's what's going to happen to those little cedar trees, that they'll just be moved down there where they can be a family. So really, in this time of where we begin to collect plants for our food and for our medicines, that we really hold that gratitude and just that, where we listen to what the plants have to tell us too. And, I come from a background of construction where we just plow in there and tear up the earth and build all this stuff. And I'm just, I'm so glad just to let that go and begin to listen. So Grandfather, Great Spirit, Great Mystery, just help me, help these good-hearted people, help our families to listen to each other, to listen to the nations, the plant nation, the stone nation, the earth, to walk this beautiful walk upon this earth, just to see all that is present as gifts, that we're in such a beautiful place. And I thank you just as humbly as I can. And grandfathers, we just pray for just some strong prayers for bringing our pipes together, for lighting those fires, for just awakening those hearts to truly grow, to be alive, awake, aware. Grandfathers, help us to look in these ways and to let go of the past. These things of the past don't work any longer. We need to take that step forward. Spirits, help us to listen this day. Ahom Takuyasin.
Hey, Kioshawe, Yellow Rope, many blessings to you and St. Kala over there. And thank you for the lodge and the teepee you guys are holding and all that beauty over there. So, oh, Merle, welcome home.
Thank you. Salana glonga kit logan. Di grange la oslanga salana. Creator of all things, I just give thanks for today. I feel blessed to be amongst the people that I miss so dearly. Creator, I just ask for blessings for each of the family members that are here on the call today and those that would have loved to be here today. I just give thanks for all the reminders of all the good medicine that Mother Earth provides for us on a daily basis. I give thanks to Mother Earth for all the blessings of all the medicines, the reminders of how to use them, the reminders of how to gather them. I just give thanks for the plants that speak to me. I give thanks for the rocks and the trees that speak to me. I give thanks for the clouds that speak to me. I give thanks to all those that are willing to hear the beauty of Mother Earth. to hear her call for us to be more conscious of what she's all about and what she has to offer us. I give thanks to her every morning. I give thanks to her every midday. I give thanks to her at sunset. I give thanks to her after sunset. Creator, I just continue to ask for the blessing of her healing and her goodness. And I pray for our bodies, our spirits, and our minds to be pure and clear of all that doesn't need to be there anymore. I pray for the young ones to awaken and to follow their path in a good way, to continue in a good direction. I pray for those that have gone on to help us and guide us in a better way from the beyond. And I just ask that each and every one of us that plant our gardens, that we can be guided in a good way as to what we need. And I give thanks for all that has been provided to me over the last few months. The time of introspection that I needed for my own self-care and my prayer for the world. I give thanks for all the two-legged that have given, the four-legged that have given their lives for us, for our nourishment. I pray for all those people that are doing the healing work to help others to strengthen their minds, their body, their spirit. Today's a good day, and I just send good vibrations to each and every one of you. And I ask that your families be blessed. And I ask that we continue to heal Mother Earth in a good way, all my relations.
Beautiful, Mauro. Thank you. Beautiful. And our love and our condolences to you, my brother, Patricio, for your mamita, and your family. We send you our love and prayers and gratitude, and welcome home.
Well, seeing as how I never left, I guess I feel pretty welcome. I'm going to take off my elder disguise and just be the crazy old man that my students have come to know and love. And it just suits me better. I don't have any wise stories to tell, and all of the really good stuff has already been said by the elders that came before me. I mean, you've heard one elder, you've heard them all, and pretty much that's just one message, and we just keep finding clever ways to repeat it. So I'm not going to try to beat that or even improve on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you some tales from the center of the universe, where I live. Oh, on the as you know, the spring equinox was at like 3:37 in the morning, and being the crazy old man that I am, and being gifted with people that think I'm an elder, I said, let's do a sweat lodge to celebrate the equinox. And they're like, yay, all right. What are you, Saturday morning? Yeah, I said Saturday morning. Show up about 2:30 a.m. and we'll go into the lodge at 3 a.m. And they're like, no, no. It's dark. It's cold. I'm tired. I'm like, yeah, I know, but let's go. So here we are, 3 a.m. and we're standing out in front of the sweat lodge and our swim trunks and bathing suits, and I'm smudging them down and they're shivering, and it's great. It's really, really great. I'm cold as heck too, but I don't let on because I'm the crazy old man, and so I'm immune to all of that. And we go into the lodge, and and we sing and we pray, and then I give them great and glorious wise teachings, kind of like my gifted brother does here on these meetings. Just give them the old razzle dazzle and the old Mac Chow, and tell them that the universe is great and God is good, and all the usual stuff. But we have a really good time. But there was one little piece of business that my gifted brother mentioned, and that was that balance thing. And when you do a sweat lodge in spring at 3 a.m., you get a real sense of this balance thing, because you're in the sweat lodge and it's like blazing hot and you're sweating like crazy and your body's all wet, but it's stuffy from all the steam and all that. And so you're really, really hot. And then you say, "Doorkeeper, open the door." And the doorkeeper flings the blankets open, and in comes like this rush of the coldest air that ever was. And your body's all wet. And it's like you get the chill factor and you're like frosted immediately. And you're like, whoa, what a way to experience the balance. And you're like, "Doorkeeper, close the door." And then more water on the rocks. And you're boiling hot again. You're like, "Oh my God, why couldn't we leave the door open?" And you're back and forth, and you get to experience the balance. And that's what spring is, isn't it? That balance point between the hot and the cold. Because the day before you were in winter, or at least you were coming out of winter. And the next day you're going to be going into summer. So you're just leaving the lack of heat and going into the gain of heat. So there's a beautiful space where you're right in the middle. And that sweat lodge really, really forced the balance, because we were swinging from, "Egads, I'm dying in here. I need some fresh air," to, "Holy moly, close the door, we're dying in here." It's just like, that's ice cold air. And like, love it, just love it. More tales from the universe. I hope you find them amusing. I know I do. Let's see, what else can I tell you that's tales from the center of the universe. At the last sweat lodge that one of my students, and I'm not going to mention any names, was conducting, we have a dressing room over in next to the sweat lodge, where everybody gets to change out of their street clothes and into get ready to go into their into the lodge in their swim trunks, and the other way around, they switch. But it's in the way back part of the property, and there's no electricity there, because it's in the way back part of the property. So we have a candle in the dressing room to keep the dressing room lit. Well, at the end of the sweat lodge, they put out the fire and they fold the blankets and they put them away into the dressing room, because the dressing room is also the storage room. But they forgot to blow out the candle. Guess what? In the middle of the night, that candle burned all the way down onto the little table that it was on, set the table on fire, burned everything, completely burned down the dressing room. So now we have to do it all over again. So we lost the dressing room, we lost the blankets, we lost the candles, we lost all the paper that they used to use to start the fire for the sweat lodge, the little can of kerosene, all the spare candles, all of that went woof. I mean, it must have been a blaze that was special. Of course, I didn't see it because I was asleep, but it happened in the middle of the night, because the sweat lodge ended like about probably 10 a.m. or something. And so probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, the whole thing was just going up in flames. And nobody knew nothing until my neighbor calls me and says, wow, what were you doing burning in that sweat lodge last night? My God, there was some terrible, terrible stink coming from the sweat lodge last night. And I'm like, what do you mean? I said, oh yeah, early this morning, it was really a bad smell coming from the sweat lodge area from your property. And I'm like, well, that's weird. We didn't do a sweat lodge this morning, but did one last night. Let me go check and see what the heck's going on. So I walk over there and I look, and everything had burned down. And it was like, oh my God, what the heck happened? And then I'm looking, I'm so what the heck? And it hit me. It says, they didn't blow out the candle that we keep in the dressing room to have some light in the dressing room. So that's another interesting story from the center of the universe. Blessings and beauty. Okay, I have spoken.
Yeah, you did. That's called getting the captains in shape. The supervisors, the guardians, we call them the akhsibs. These are people who train to watch over things, you know. Let's see, Hetty, you want to share something? And thank you. I won't say welcome home because my brother will say like, oh, are you already home?
Thank you. Wow, just beautiful to be with all of you today and hear the voices and prayers and echo what Patricio shared, that everybody's shared such beauty. But I've been sitting here and there's this little cluster of these wispy seeds that keep like raining down on me. They remind me of in that movie Avatar, you know, there's those little like spidery looking beings, and as we're talking, they keep like just floating past me on the wind, and they're the seeds of like some kind of lily or some kind of beautiful flower. So that just felt auspicious for this day of 13A and this day of the spring equinox. And as we started the call and was making my prayers, just feeling the beauty and the hope of our Mother Earth, and how at times in the winter we can get to a point where it feels so bleak and like it's so like dark and cold, and you know, and that's really where I feel like we are in our world as well, in so many ways. But yet that underneath all of that is this spring life force energy of our Mother Earth ready to emerge. And I just felt this prayer like, wow, I really pray that we can be the infusion of that life force energy into our world, that we can be that hopeful, ever-present energy that's there, that sometimes we forget about, and that even with all the challenges that's happening on our earth, and as much as we destroy, that there's still this life force that our Mother Earth continues to bring forth, and how much hope that gives me, and that we can just do what we can in our world to bring forth as much beauty for our children. And you know, also on this call today, I have our daughter Ishel and Melissa's daughter Savara playing, and they're just, you know, making things out of the shells and the plants, and they just move from place to place and create little magical worlds. And the smoke of the lodge is drifting by, and we went and took the girls this morning to harvest the plants to put in the waters for the Temescal, and just what a blessing that is. And that my prayer is that all the children may have that knowing and that experience, and that as much as we lose in this life and as much hardship as there is and destruction, there's also always that life force, emergent energy there below the surface that we can call upon. So it just felt really strong. You know, we're down here in Guatemala, which they call it the land of eternal spring. So it's not such a contrast as it is in the north. You know, I just came from Deer Mountain less than a week ago, where we are, there's no flowers. I kept looking like, oh, any day now I'm going to see the first flower at Deer Mountain, and that hasn't yet happened. But it's so close. You can see the budding of the trees, and I love this time of year so much. It's always like a miracle to witness that. So thank you for all the wisdom shared for the many years and the ceremonies and the beautiful people in this circle, and those that might listen to this recording. Just sending so much love and blessings to all of you, and grateful that we can be together in this way. Excuse the background noise, and love to you all. Aho.
Wow, thank you, Hedy. Thank you, everybody, and just send it to you, back to you, Raquel, to see what do we need to, what else, and send in this unification and efforts that we took here together today, from all the way from New York to Haida to California to down here in Guatemala and different places where you are. That it's such a treasure to know our family. It goes so many places, and all the beauty that we have shared through the years is, like with White Wolf since 82, 83, that seeing their kids grow and see all the things that have happened, and then meeting up in the journeys with many of you. With Patricio here in Guatemala, when the condor and the eagle is like, okay, what are we gonna do? What do we have to, set in motion? Because prophecy speaks. The stones are talking, the sky is talking, the universe is talking, and all that has happened since, to this moment, to raise our children, carrying bundles now, pipes in sacred ways, and coming closer and closer to the holy place, and then taking their responsibility to embrace that. It's not just know it or do it. We know that we start to become that prayer, so that this time, this sharings, we feel unified, bundle up, we're tying each other stronger and stronger. And like we share, we got this medicines coming up in Deer Mountain and back to here again, and so forth. So looking forward to seeing some of you, like start the ecology of the fire, and the ponds, and restoring the forest, and whatever little bit we could do together. I know the gardens over there with Stella, and others that you have is, like, wow, beautiful intentions, good medicine. So thank you for that. And Raquel, give it back to you, and welcome home.
Shisha way to you, Tat, for your prayer, and to each one of you beautiful earth wisdom keepers who have been here with us today, just for this weaving of spirit at this time. The more that I walk this earth and really unite in the spirit of Earth Peoples United, I just realize how much that promise of the generations to come flourishing can only come through our own. It can only come through our own perpetual spring. I've never heard that Guatemala is the place of perpetual spring, and I love that, because that's the spiritual medicine I feel sourced by through this lineage and through all that is shared here in this circle. So I just want to thank you for being with us and for being who you are, and for just coming together to connect our human family each one of our communities, each one of the human hearts here. We get to greet this next cycle with more, I want to say grit, because we've been honed and we're in it. And with that comes the capacity to really have clarity and clean movement. You know, that's the blessing of all of the honing and all of the working of our edge. And I'm just so grateful for the gift of life and the gift that each one of you have brought. And I'm realizing that I'm wearing a necklace that has been gifted between some of you and then gifted to my daughter, and then my daughter shared it with me. So, you know, may we continue to just gift each other this beauty way, this life. And to all of you at Vatsiapa in Guatemala, just sending you so much love. May this call nourish and source and connect us all to the fire and the ceremonies and just the love being nurtured there. So grateful, and just want to welcome you all to unmute yourselves and give your greeting, I don't like to say it's the goodbye, it's the farewell for now and the winding out from this place. I'm so grateful for you and can't wait to see you all.
Yeah, thank you, Raquel. I wanted to have Sylvia, close it with a prayer, and then everybody can unmute. Yeah, Sylvia, I want to, that, as you know now, the 13 paths, the roads, not like what we thought. And sometimes we, go back to standing after the peyote, our first offering to the land at Deer Mountain, you took that smoke to pray for the water. And that was the prophecy, of our journey in Deer Mountain, from you, the young people, and recollecting that ceremony. What is it the Spirit said, Grandpa? Peyote, that fire, and the teepee, and what is it has come to be, in those waves. So if you please send a prayer, and from you, the young people that been part of all this since birth, and coming back into the stronger circle and holding what you do, and I love you, and after that we can unmute everybody, and then we can say a prayer. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and see all your faces. Yeah, it's been a road. Been a lot of places, done a lot of things, and to be right here with you guys on this day and to remember back all the ceremonies and prayers and faces, it's just a huge honor to be able to speak. So thank you. Thank you, Creator, for our lives. Thank you for everything you blessed us with. Thank you for the teachings that you've showed us and the paths that you've brought and the people that you've helped us meet along the way. Thank you for the winter time and the time that we had to go inside and really look at ourselves and start to rebuild ourselves, so that now as spring opens, we can step out and share that beauty and really walk that way and help show others how beautiful this life can be, and how to take all the negative and storms and all the things that come and really take that and use that and grow and become a stronger, more beautiful human being, and how to use that and take care of everything and everyone. I just want to, I'm just going to sing a song from my heart to you guys, to everyone we love and care for. Yana, 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 hey, nay, nay, 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 yana, yana, yana. hey nay away. Yana yana yana, hey nay nay, 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 yana yana yana, hey nay away. Yana yana yana, hey nay nay, yana yana yana. Hey nay nay yana yana yana, 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 hey nay away. Thank you, Matios, Hawa, mahalo. So much beauty to all of you. I love you.
Thank you, Sylvia. It's so beautiful to hear those prayers, and as you, like other young people here, starts to gather this medicine from these elders, from your aunties and uncles, your brothers and sisters, unify them, bring them tighter, stronger. Some of you grew up with this, and many have never even seen anything like that. They need to hear you, they need to feel you, they need to see you, need to gather these young people here and say, hey, it will be your time soon enough to carry those staffs and those fireplaces, the lodges, soon enough. And those experiences are an incredible gift to the world. You and your brother and your sisters, you have that as a gift, and other young people too, to encourage them, just like what it took to sit up all night, pray, and bless the land, ask the spirits, hey, can we live here? Can we come this far? Can we join up? Can we gather? And they say, yeah, and you're carrying that, just like the Pope High. A lot of the relatives here are going to be praying in the arbor, the 9 fires. And you with Erica and 2 young men, Jay and Anthony, the crystals, the full moon, what it took to hold that prayer and then bury them underneath those staffs, to hold the house of this prayer. It's huge, beautiful, Who has that inheritance to carry that, So some of you have it. May you share it and blossom as this 13A sets the young people in motion. Pick up the stars, be joyous with that, and you'll see the gifts that will come. All these young people are waiting for you. For some of you young people have been close to the ceremonies and training and learning and staying clean from the drugs and the alcohols and all that stuff, the poisons. You stand like that, beautiful, like that, tobacco, it's like, yeah, Creator, this is what we got, this is who we are, but this is what we could do, and it's a lot. So in this time of this spring, opening up, may all this open like this, You got Chris and Forrest and Stella and this young man here with Stella, and we got Sierra here and others, they're like, wow, we need to unite. You guys need to unify. That's a mantra for your rest of your lives. Unify. You got these kids here enjoying and learning, and they're gonna need those guardians because they're coming in pure. Like, we gotta try to keep them like that. For them to remember how the angelic state is, and we can keep that. We need you, the great warriors, to be strong and help these young women here, and help the elders, help each other. And we're gonna be there as long as we can to support and share these ways. These moments are precious. I'm so happy and great honor to see you young people here. And it's a beauty way. There's Natasha and others, the aunties in between, Blue Horse and Hedy and Maureen Balam. I don't know much about what you do and how you are, but thank you for being here. And this is our family, you know, and Ashley there. And so I'm just excited to see every time more and more and reminded of the beauty, you know. So for those who want to open huge libraries of food, there's Isabel and medicine, Merle, and the herbs, there's White Wolf. And I know Hetty has incredible blessings. Those who want to learn about the swelage and the pipe, there's Yellow Robe, and so on, man. We got it here. You want to go to the center of the universe, there's Patricio. You know, here's the clan mothers now, you know, Hetty and Raquel, and, you know, here's others, you know, who are, you know, seeing, okay, where is our space in this sacred circle? So thank you, and much love, and let's say our farewells, and we'll see you on the other side. Much love.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for just being there and having the patience to listen to crazy old men and their stories and tales from the center of the universe.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Oh, love you.
Love you.
Blessings.
Thank you, everybody. Beautiful.
So grateful to be here with you. Happy spring blessings.
Big rocks. What do you find? Big rocks. I have big rocks.
I love you all. Have a good day.
I love you.
Have a lovely day. Happy
Good to see you.
Happy sprouting, everyone.
Can I have 5 big rocks? I need 5 big rocks for my home.
Yes, you do. Yes, you can have
Rocks is
them.
better. Pile them up. Keep piling those big rocks.
Yeah, all the rocks.
Gonna go find 5 big rocks.
Mhm. Thank you.
Hi, good to see you.
Thank you.
Love you.
For my 8.